Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Sonic Stadium stream for Sonic Hacking Contest. I am your host, Nuckles87. With me today is GX.
Hi, I'm GX, and I'm saying things at you on the internet for reasons.
Now, tonight, we're going to be primarily doing 2D PC mods, starting with Sonic 3 A.I.R, followed by some Sonic Mania, and in probably the last hour or 40 minutes or whatever, I managed to get Sonic 06 running good, Legacy of Solaris, so I'm going to be spending some time on that at the end of the night for just a completely different change in pace. Or, well, I don't know, it's technically, it's technically not too far off from where we're going to be spending a bunch of Sonic 3 A.I.R, but, still completely different for the most part. So, let's see. Okay, everything looks good. I've already adjusted all my volume. So, let's get started.
Sounds good to me.
One thing I really appreciate about Sonic 3 A.I.R is that it has a built-in mod loader, which I did not know because I have never played this game before until, yesterday.
I'll be real, as much as I've seen people in the community and the rare times that I interact with the community, it's always feels like they're going nuts for this particular thing, for this particular game, for this particular version, and I don't know. It's just something that I've never really felt super compelled for, as much as I knew that, Sonic's Origins is on the way. Sonic Origins is on the way. What if I played Sonic Origins? What if I just waited for something? I still like Sonic Origins, but I kind of get... I definitely get the appeal of this particular version of what this is. Especially for the modding community specifically.
Yeah. But, yeah, for me, what I don't know, I love Sonic Origins, I can play that on my Switch, but can you do mods on Sonic Origins on Switch? You cannot. Okay, so to get a look at the active mods that we're starting with, I'm doing Mephiles Hunt by, let's see, there's a way to look at the critics for all of these. Mephiles Hunt by Soto Nuck. This is a mod that has Mephiles chase you across the stage, and if he touches you, it's a one-shot kill. And it is a mod that I enjoy quite a bit, despite the fact that it also makes this game significantly more difficult.
In premise, it certainly gives me the reminder of Tailsplosion, the Sonic 2 mod from last year.
Yeah, except this one, it doesn't matter what if you're invincible or super Sonic or whatever, you are dead. And I'm also doing Chaos the Imposter. This is an interesting mod. Oh, a mod also by Soda Nuck. That not only brings chaos to the game, but it also it allows he can actively transform between Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Now he replaces Tails in this game, and so he is going to be our partner character until I play some Tails, which I'll probably do a bit later. And, of course, everyone's favorite Dark Edgelord Hedgehog, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Infinite.
3D, 2D Shadow, which this is basically Shadow the Hedgehog in playable form on Sonic 3 that also brings in a bunch of 3D game elements, which he's also just got a faster speed cap than regular vanilla Sonic 3 Sonic. So that does kind of give him some advantages when it comes to outrunning Mephiles. And finally, we've got everyone's second favorite Sonic, Eggman minion, Agent Stone. And I just really enjoy the sprite work here. I forget who came up. I forget what artist came up with classic Sonic Stone, but he just looks cool. And this is by Hazel Spooter, Rosie Eclairs, Hito, and Panoram Husky. He actually has a completely original boss battle in the Knuckles storyline. So, we're gonna play a bit of this with this setup. Eventually, I'm gonna move on to something else because this is like very fun, but also extremely difficult. Especially in Hydra City.
So just to be clear here, you've got some stuff stacked.
Yes, I've got lots of stuff stacked. We have Shadow and his good buddy Chaos being chased by Mephiles, and also trying to deal with Knuckles, Agent Stone, and Dr. Eggman. So, it's a lot of stuff going on here. And also Tails pops up for like 5 minutes, but he flies away he's a coward. He doesn't want to face Agent Stone.
Tails is smart. He doesn't want to hang out with Shadow. He knows well enough not to hang out with Shadow. Please.
Okay, now immediately.
Hang out with Shadow's not someone you looking to hang out with to have a good time.
So I did want to demonstrate what happens when Mephiles touches you very early on, but I didn't want to start it that early.
Jonah Cross asks in chat, what would you guys think if Stone took over for Robotnik in Sonic Movie 3?
That is my preference for Sonic Movie 3. I think
I'd be interested in how that take on it. I think you and I both kind of agreed. We don't always agree on that movie, but there was a point in which they were just letting Jim Carrey do too much of the Jim Carrey thing.
And, for me, Sonic 3 ought to just be a Shadow the Hedgehog movie anyway. This should be Sonic 3. This right here, got Agent Stone. We got Tails. We got Mephiles for some reason. That can work, I guess. But Agent Stone working for Sonic, not Sonic, for Shadow, because Shadow is the creation of Dr. Eggman's grandfather, and so it's part of the Eggman legacy or whatever, or Dr. Robotnik legacy. But I don't know. There's potential there that I can't quite fully form in my head while I'm playing this, but I feel like we can at least let Jim Carrey rest for one movie.
Until he figure out whatever he wants to do.
Yeah. And he's dead. Oh, okay, not dead. He ran away, but... So, so Agent Stone, they basically, redesign the, first act bosses with him writing it. Ooh, Chaos is happy. Okay. Now,
tell me about it.
So yeah, you guys heard Mephiles touch Invincible, Shadow, and laugh, and that's just what he does. That's just what happens. Oh, and yeah, it is very easy for him to kill you in this game. You cannot. Oh crap! He's got me cornered. You have to strategize your movement with him in mind.
Mephiles it feels telling that Mephiles was not one of the illusion enemies in Sonic Forces.
I mean, that's because they had Infinite. That's basically just redundant at that point. But
no, sure. But...
Also, in terms of canon, Mephiles doesn't exist. He never existed. At best, maybe he's the Time Eater. Oh, crap.
If that was true, that would make me very mad.
Why?
Because because I don't think he should exist personally. But
Like, I don't know. I think it'd be cool if some remnant of him survived all that. Of course, I enjoy, like, Sonic canon and, you know, stuff like that.
yeah, and I don't. If they just decided, like, so the events of Sonic 06 never actually... They did decide the events of Sonic 06 never actually happened.
Dang
but
it.
also, the events of Sonic 06... I guess what it comes down to is... I think Infinite is hilarious.
Yeah.
And I feel like, Infinite is the better Mephiles.
Oh,
Because
dang it.
he is much more hilarious in
Yeah.
concept.
I mean, yeah. Like, you know, Infinite is this really try-hard regular dude who, like, loses his teammates to Shadow and just becomes hyper edgy. And whereas Mephiles is basically just like a demon or whatever.
He's I don't know, he's a Satan. He's a Satan. He's a form of Satan. He's a Satan and says, "Hey, Silver, you want to make a deal with me to help save the future?" And then they do that, and then everything's okay. I believe that's how the story of Sonic 06 goes.
I don't know. I haven't played that through that game storyline since 2006, so.
Yeah, he and Silver team up, and they go save the future. And then, I don't know. They're best friends forever. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 80% sure.
So I think the way I got through this last night was I took the upper path. So, yes, there we go. Okay. Because, you know...
I'm just enjoying watching the weird dash that Shadow just darts into. The fact that he really doesn't just... The fact that he really doesn't just, I guess that he's playing like a Sonic Rush character in this.
Yeah, there's even a rush bar at the side there.
Yeah,
it works surprisingly well in this game. Like, you know, it's still clearly, like, a thing that's not meant to be there. Like, you know, level design doesn't usually cooperate, but it cooperates enough and it lets you do some cool things.
Well, that's kind of the interesting thing. If you take a look at, like, the actual level design of the 4 Sonic games, and for the sake of this, I'll call them, like...
No.
The 4 Sonic games being, for the sake of my point here, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'm going to consider those 2 one game for the sake of this, and their design similarities. Sonic 1's level design feels like it tries a little bit too hard to be a more traditional platformer, and it kind of suffers for it because the engine itself is built for very non-traditional platforming. Sonic 2, and to some extent Sonic CD, they sort of are able to really play with the mechanics a bit more. They demand you master them a little bit more strictly, so that you can do... But they also give you a chance to, you know, do really cool things with them, like in Chemical Plant. The reason why Chemical Plant is as noteworthy as it is because it's the one where they kind of let you go full blast and encourage you to do it. Sonic CD, I think it tries to be on par with, like, what Sonic 2's doing, but I don't feel like it always succeeds on the level design front. But philosophically, it's not that far removed from the concepts. Then, once you get to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I think they find a really good way to marry the two formats. That it does feel a little bit more... it feels like the more traditional platformer, but it feels better optimized for the style of gameplay that Sonic has.
There we are. Yeah. Ugh.
Like,
Okay, finally.
I would put most levels of Sonic 3 and Knuckles in terms of quality on par with like a Mystic Cave Zone.
Curses. I don't know, like, for me, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the epitome of classic Sonic level design, at least, you know, not counting Sonic Mania, anyway. And,
It's not,
you know, certain fan games.
it's not, I guess the issue I would have is, and, well, I say issue. The thing that I feel sets it apart differently is, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles does have more, how should I put this? Platforming-ass platforming. Whereas Sonic 2 has a lot of playground moments. It has a lot of moments where they sort of let you figure out these unusual mechanics. Like, if you think of something like Casino Night is built around not really having hazards per se. It has some, but it's not built around having them. But primarily it's built around playing with these pinball mechanics and sort of playing with half-pipe mechanics, going left and right along the walls so that you can actually increase your height. And it kind of, it delves into, if you've ever seen the actual maps for these games,
Yeah.
It's real interesting, because, oh, geez, they're,
What?
they don't let you outrun that in the same way. So, if you look at the maps for Sonic 1, you can sort of trace out the path. Typically, what you're going to see is there's usually not as many paths for you to try to go through. There's like, for some stages, there's a pretty strict one. For other stages, there's like, well, you can sort of go through two here and there with occasional, well, there's actually 3 paths here. Then when you get to 2 almost constantly has 2 paths throughout. That you could, often more, but generally speaking, at least 2 regularly. They sort of pare that down to fewer paths once you get to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, generally speaking. There's still stages that do it a little bit more branching than others, like a Hydrosity or a Mushroom Hill. Mushroom Hill has a bunch of paths.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit less. It's a little bit more honed. But at the same time, it's not nearly as straight up frustrating and occasionally cheap as the first Sonic game. In its level design.
Yeah. Sonic 1, you know, really does just, dang it, feel like the prototype for the whole thing.
Yeah, it does. It does. Oh, Jonah Cross. Let me be entirely clear. I do not care. I do not care what people think I should call a thing. I do not care. And you cannot possibly make me care. There is nothing that you could say or do to make me care. In fact, if you do care, then I am more likely to do the opposite just out of spite.
Man, even Super Shadow falls to him. Okay, come on. Alright. Okay. There we go. Yeah, like I guess the most open of the Sonic Segas really would be Sonic CD, but like that kind of comes with the level design being super messy, especially in a couple of the later levels, like Wacky Workbench. Like Wacky Workbench is just
Wacky
one of the
Workbench
worst
is
things.
actively hateful, and Wacky Workbench hates you and everything that you believe in. And
although I will say,
it wants to hurt you.
like,
actively.
I made an effort to beat Sonic CD on console last year, like on a Sega CD, I mean, and like I did end up developing an appreciation for most of the stages.
It's fine. I think what it comes down to for me is Sonic CD is a very, very attractive game. It's a very good-looking game. But at the same time, it also feels like it's trying to spread itself a little bit thin in its level design because it has to have these ways that open and close based on time. It has to, hide these particular things in the past and then sort of expect you to try to go find them.
Well, when it comes to Sonic CD, you don't actually need to like explore the stages and find everything. Like you have two different options through the whole game. You could either find all the robot makers, or you could gather the time stones. And that's kind of the only Sonic game that ever really did that. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I kind of feel like you're trying a little bit hard to actually get power-ups and stuff whenever I don't think this game is particularly interested in having you do that.
Oh no! Like Mephiles is he does not.
He's going to actively trap you if you go to find secrets.
Yes, which that's my instinct is to find secrets.
It's my instinct too, but you're really gonna have to fight that instinct, man.
Like Super Shadow's just running for his life right now. Now, but by and large, like I really enjoy what this mod adds to the game's mechanics because it really does just
But before you continue with that, you're going to have to specify which of the 4 mods you have applied.
Sorry, Mephiles, the Mephiles mod.
Okay.
I do enjoy what it does to
okay,
like the game's gameplay.
Before you do, let's see some Agent Stone.
Well, unfortunately, you can't really see him that well here because it's just a little window. Yeah. Thankfully, Super Shadow has plenty of rings, so of course he could still drown. Well, actually, he can't drown because he has a bubble shield. But like Mephiles, just does not let you stop for an instant, and so like for when the game level design is at least somewhat cooperative, he's a lot of fun. But then sometimes the level design just doesn't let you progress fast enough, and you either have to figure out a very creative way through the level, or you just have to get super lucky. And Hydro City Act 2 is kind of one of those things where you gotta get lucky. Like, I was on this for a half hour last night. By the way, like, I'm probably stopping this particular version of the mods here. Well, I mean, oh, dang it. But, it's like, I'm not gonna be trying to get Hydro... I won't be playing Hydro City until it's done. Because that'll just... If it's anything like last night, that's just gonna get boring for all of us. Yay! The final thing I want to do with Mephiles is the Knuckles boss fight.
I actually am legitimately enjoying just watching you have your transforming water companion that is continuously following you. It's I understand with it being Chaos themed, but watching the sprite forms of it in that blue tone that is almost like ghostly is entertaining.
I was a little disappointed.
I haven't seen him as Knuckles yet, though.
Oh well, he doesn't appear as Knuckles when he's the companion character.
Oh, okay. I have seen him as Sonic, and I have seen him as Tails.
That's one of the reasons why I'm going to need to play Chaos on his own to really show it off. Oh,
okay.
Oh, I gotta stop overshooting that. Because that just lets Mephiles kill me. It is satisfying just boosting through the lots of destructible barriers in this area.
Oh, I bet like a similar sprite mod for replacing Shadow with Blaze, or even just like a modern Sonic or something like that, because it really is the appeal of Sonic Rush, is that I don't necessarily always feel like boosting
Oh crap!
always works in 3D.
Yeah.
Partially because I don't think the camera works for me, but like, I don't know, I've seen streams this time where it's like, oh, this person clearly knows this level design so well that they know every reaction to take and while boosting continuously, which is not something I have ever learned to do. But in a 2D area, as long as the level design doesn't actively punish you for using it, which is something that they kind of learned between Sonic Rush 1 and Sonic Rush Adventure.
Which is one reason why that game is significantly better.
Yeah. Then it can be quite fun. Especially, I guess the one thing that I would miss in a game like this that I really liked in the Sonic Rush series is the way that you maintained that boost was through the trick system.
Yeah. Here it's just rings and enemies that refill things.
And it makes sense. Like, hey, that's what you do. What are you gonna do? You're gonna build a whole trick system into this thing? It's kind of hard to do that unless you design the stages also around
I'm surprised
it.
we've got boost, homing attack, and wall jumping. Like,
it's
really,
impressive.
This mod does give me flashbacks to like old school fan games from the Shadow mod. I mean, from like years ago. Oh no! Don't these stupid fish. Yeah.
A lot of people spent a lot of time putting together mods over so many years to rebuild a lot of those modern mechanics into the classic game ROMs.
Like, the Shadow Sprite himself just reminds me of something straight out of this old fan game from 2003 called Shao Mega. And where you could also, like, play Shadow the Hedgehog and wall jump and stuff. You know? Like...
I think what strikes me, and this one in particular, that I can't always say about the other, like, iterations of this type of adapting modern mechanics to the classic games, is this one just looks like it is really fluid.
Yes, it is.
Like... Hydrosity Zone aside, it looks like whenever you are
dang it.
Whenever you are trying to get through the stage, that you are slipping from one action to the other fairly naturally.
Yeah. Now, sometimes you do encounter a glitch in like a pipe or something.
Oh, sure,
where like
sure.
it'll send you the other way, but on the whole, like, it works really well. This is incredibly well programmed, and I have to let this. I imagine this is the difference in making a mod for this versus like the Genesis, Because I'm sure that there's just a lot more freedom in this, despite the fact that it's still a Genesis ROM.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure of the. I very briefly looked at like what A.I.R is supposed to be built on, but I can't even remember what the codebase name for, or codebase or tool name for it is.
Oh, you think that is the ROM just for like
my guess
like
is
ownership
that
check?
Well, it would not surprise me if it was for a combination of ownership check and possibly pulling assets out of it to basically say, well, we're not using any assets. Grabbing the assets from the... Like, I don't know how deep it goes. I don't know what the people are comfortable... Like, what the developers are, like, comfortable with legally. But I generally understand the way that you release something like that is you try to pull the assets so that you could not be accused of taking assets.
Like the Mario 64 mod.
I will look
from a couple days ago.
I'll look this up so I can give accurate information. And I am being told on Twitch that it's sort of an enhanced emulator, according to Diesel Spooter.
Okay.
To clarify, it pulls assets from the original ROM, and scripting allows for modifying said assets. Or scripts allow for modifying said assets.
Oh no. Baffle's gonna kill me. No, 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 no. Gosh darn it. I almost made it. Like, that path is critical for me bypassing a lot of the stuff that a lot of the areas where Mephiles kills me. But I just missed that boost thing.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm gonna be moving on to another mod soon, I think.
I know.
Frankly,
there's something, I don't... It seems weird to suggest, but there's something really novel that I find about projects like this that do require you to provide your own assets. I kind of feel the same way about like the obviously the Sonic 1 and 2 mobile decompiles and any of the other retro engine decompiles, but also like stuff like the Ocarina of Time decompile. Where it's just like, yeah, we'll rip this game apart for you so that you can play it on a PC as long as you provide us the game.
Is this also like how Mario 64 works?
I think Mario 64 got in trouble because it didn't work like that.
Oh, okay.
That's what my memory.
I thought it got in trouble because like Nintendo was releasing Mario 64 remake emulator things soon or whatever.
Let's put it this way. Nintendo, I believe their philosophy on the books is still all forms of emulation that we are not in direct control of are illegal. Which obviously would not stand up in court, but they're Nintendo. In Japan, they specifically, what is it? They outlawed... What does it say they outlawed? There's like certain console resells that they got banned for a certain amount of time because of worries regarding the, well, the excuse would have been worries regarding the power cable, or the power brick, or something like that. It's like, it doesn't actually make sense as an argument, but it made sense to a judge to get that to happen. Nintendo's weird. Nintendo's
Well,
weird.
as
They're
I understand
occasionally
it,
protective, and I
like,
don't know.
you know, Japan just has significantly different copyright laws from the U.S.
They do. But you know what they also have?
What?
They have CD rentals.
Huh.
Which, in today's marketplace, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But
So
also,
they still have CD rentals.
as far as I know, it might. I could be wrong about that, but as last I remember. So we got a Knuckles battle here, is what you're telling me.
Yes, and Knuckles is significantly more difficult because his AI is better. And,
Oh god,
like,
and Mephiles. Oh no.
Yes.
Oh
and,
no.
So it's Mephiles and Knuckles team up.
Oh no. The best friends forever against you.
And it took me forever to beat this, and I had like thankfully, it seems like I had a mod that was screwing up my ring count last night, but now I at least... Oof. Oh wow, Mephiles is happy. Okay, I'm going to in order to actually do this, I'm going to need to change something in the options, which I forgot, which I had on last night. Let's see. I am turning off lives. Let's see. Infinite lives, infinite time, yes.
No, Infinite's not in this game. You told me it was Mephiles.
Well, you see, he's not, like, physically in it, but he'll still give you infinite lives and infinite...
Spiritually, as he is spiritually throughout the entire series.
Yes.
Any time that a middle schooler is drawing on his notebook in third period, Mephiles is there with him.
Now, it makes me sad that the cutscene after the cutscene after this, they didn't
Infinite, whatever.
They didn't add Aging Stone to it. It's just Eggman, and that makes me a little sad because I was hoping we could have a thing where it's like Chaos, Shadow, Mephiles, Knuckles, and Aging Stone all in the same shot, but didn't happen. But I guess that'd be way more work than sprite replacements, I imagine.
Hazel Spooter is saying, yep, they only have up to launch base done yet, so...
Oh, for Aging Stone?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Alright, I'm gonna be paying attention to this mod then.
Gives us an excuse to keep checking in.
So, since you're here, what level has the original Aging Stone boss?
Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna look at the hacking contest page, see if
I
can...
checked the hacking contest page and I didn't see it mentioned. So that's what I'm asking. Oof.
This is me singing Donkey Kong while I look up something on the website.
Okay. I found a rhythm last night that I really need to get back into. Oh, dang it.
Why am I struggling to find this? Why am I struggling to
Ah,
find this?
okay, so Long Space Act 1 has the original boss.
Here we are. Gotcha. I think the part that I specifically like in the documentation of that mod is the spot-on inclusion of the Sonic Jam character identification, or basically character identification card thing. Like it's very spot on to the style of Sonic Jam.
Dang it. Man. This really adds a completely different dimension to this boss fight. Now, you can actually turn this off, by the way. You don't have to have him on. Like, normally in most of the boss fights, you see Mephiles just kind of floating off to the side watching.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is done on purpose to what? It seems like Sonic 3 Air's whole thing is just making this boss battle more difficult and more interesting because, for one, Knuckles like he can counter you. Like if I ever homing attack at him as Shadow, he will just punch me, and so I have to like attack him regularly because apparently like if I come at him at like a certain angle, he will just nail me no matter what.
Yeah, I get the vibes of like of your fights against him during Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit.
Yeah, although
how he was a little bit more enhanced there and not like in the original like Knuckles. This was a brain dead fight because Knuckles really had no way of countering anything that you're doing.
Like, at best, he could block you. And if you jump on him when he's spin dashing, like, you know, you'll get hurt. Ah.
I will say, Hazel Spooter, one of the things I particularly like about just having something like like the whole premise of the mod itself was it took the series a very long time to really, in the games themselves, to really understand that Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman as a character needs someone to play off of. He needs someone to be like the underling character. And it's like, if you look at Sonic if you look at almost every piece of Sonic animation, he had that. He has his scratching grounder, he has his Snively, he has his
Sleet and Dingo,
Boko and Deco, and Bokoon, and then he finally has his Orbot and his Cubot. I like Orbot. I feel like they're still trying to figure out Cubot. I think for whatever reason Cubot has become the tougher one to nail. But I like Orbot as the in some ways like the unwilling bootlick, I guess.
Yeah.
In that he is as passive aggressive as he is. Like, he slips between passive aggression and, but of course there's always certain variations on that. Like, the Agent Stone character himself is so dedicated to that. He's a Smithers. Like, let's not discount that. He is Dr. Robotnik Smithers.
Yeah.
Except, you know, Dr. Robotnik is a much more competent character than Mr. Burns. So
although they do kind of run that Austrian goat milk joke into the ground in the second movie. Listen, Knuckles. Yeah.
They run every joke into the ground into the second movie. That is what they do in those movies, and that's kind of why I complain about them so much, because, or I would say complain about them as much as they do, because it's the Nickelodeon style of humor that's shoved into this. It's Paramount being Paramount sometimes, and you know.
Okay, I'm gonna be moving on to a different set of mods soon.
I love the core components of the Sonic movies. I think the core components of what they have are really solid. I just don't think that it ultimately comes together to form something that I want to choose to watch.
I don't know. Like, I find the first I find them to be pretty watchable. I have fun, although like I will say that the second one like for me has higher highs and lower lows to the point where like I'm really enjoying it, but then there's also just lots of bits that are just painful for me.
I don't
it's
know
a
if
weird experience for me.
I don't know if you know this. I don't know
Yeah?
if you remember this, Knuckles. I don't know if you caught this because it was just a small detail. But that woman in the bar,
Yeah.
she was stitching a skull.
Yes.
She was stitching
Yes.
It was a small detail. They really tried to hide it from you. They didn't want you to like catch on really immediately, but she was. That's what she was doing.
Fascinating. I had no idea.
I know, you miss it. There's so many details like that you miss.
No. Ah, you just had to block that. Ugh. Okay. Oh, dang it. Ah. Man, I was actually surviving that time.
I can imagine that this is a very difficult mod.
It's difficult when you combine everything together and you don't... Oof. Although in this case, yeah, I guess it is all Mephiles, huh? Oh wow, now the background, now reality is broken.
Reality was broken before. It's just that the game also reflected that.
Alright, I think we're gonna give this one more shot. Oh, hey, nope, it's not, it didn't fix itself. And then I'm going to move on.
Let's be real here, people. He has a lot of things that are stacked on top of them, so
Yeah.
we cannot reasonably attribute this to anyone's particular work in this circumstance.
I would just expect that,
It could be that any one of the four things somehow interacted in the wrong way with any other one of the four things.
yeah. Okay, so, like, you know, my expectation is that, like all the mods working together just kind of have some glitches when you, do things like reload a save. Oh, whoops! Save state too often or something. Okay.
I'm getting flashbacks to my
Ooh,
adventures with. Actually, before you do that, yeah, can switch to Knuckles.
Yeah, you're behind. I already did that.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm getting flashbacks to. I can't remember if it was. Oh, we're being told to switch to Knuckles alone.
Oh, okay. All right.
So unfortunately, you will not get to spend time with Knuckles and Chaos.
Aw, can't have the two Guardians butting up.
Oh, okay. I am being told by Hazel Spooter, it can work, but Tails might actually get in the way of being able to fight the boss.
Oh, okay. Don't want that to happen.
Man, I do remember the early days of. I think it really didn't get big until Sonic 2 came out.
Yeah.
But I do remember all of the fan art of people interpreting Agent Stone in Sonic 2 or in classic style Sonic.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was just like the one person that started it, but I do remember.
I only really remember like
after.
one piece of really good-looking classic art.
Yeah, and it wasn't in the style of like what's going on in this mod. It was a little bit more. It was a little bit more like cartoony, we'll say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of neat. I like the revisionist history going on in there, and I'm not really someone who's all into revisionist history in that way, or even fan work in that way. But I think it just speaks to, like, I think he works as a character. I think he works as a character opposite of a character like Dr. Eggman.
Yeah,
Dr.
and really
Robotnik,
he's the
whatever.
only kind of character who could have that kind of relationship with Eggman, where it's like, not antagonistic or threatening or something. Like,
Yeah.
Most characters have like the Starscream problem, where because they're bad guys, because they're ambitious, they're gonna eventually either like need to be beaten into submission or come to blows with the bad guy, other bad
Sometime.
guy.
So, like, I would say Snively absolutely 100% in that position, but most of the time it is, well, the cronies are under the actual creation of Dr. Robotnik, and in that way are either in some ways dedicated but incompetent, or dedicated but I'm trying to think of how I would phrase that for someone like Orbot. Not, I guess, not that dedicated, but acting out of force.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking of, like, my favorite moments of Orbot, and my favorite
he
Orbot
just
moment...
He just doesn't care, He
absolutely does not, but,
like, I think the word you're looking for is, like, apathetic.
Yeah, probably. But I do think my favorite moment with him is from Sonic Colors Ultimate Rise of the Wisps, and his and the way he acts around Metal Sonic. This is his
big
brother.
Bro.
It's big.
Ah. I'm coming for you, Aging Stone. I'm going to do what Knuckles did to you in the movie. Break your wrist or whatever. Oh! Darn it!
Launch base, still not a super easy stage.
Nope. Especially when you can't, like, use Invis-Shield. Well, there go my rings, I guess.
So in your head,
Ah!
As you are playing this, do you hear Idris Elba's voice?
No.
Aw.
Yeah, Idris Elba's a good voice, but, like, I don't know.
Do you think Idris Elba could represent a classic Knuckles in any meaningful way, or do you think, like, you're too tied to stuff like a Sonic X or a or does it just strictly come down to, well, in my head, a Sonic a classic Sonic doesn't have the voice acting?
Oh no, Knuckles definitely, like, has voice acting. It's just, I don't know. Like, I had my own headcanon for his voice, for his classic voice in my head. And while, like, for modern Knuckles, I have gone deeper. I've always pictured a higher, like a somewhat higher pitched, younger voice for classic Knuckles versus.
Like, are you imagining Sonic Underground Knuckles?
Not that nasally, but I guess maybe something closer to that. Yeah. Okay, I'm not getting crushed this time. Oh, yeah, that's not where I got crushed. Ah, oh, dang it. There we are.
I'm still really looking forward to hearing more of the voices for Sonic Prime. I think
Yeah.
Without really having a solid idea of like what the tenor of that show is going to be entirely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the very brief teasers have given certain clues to it, but how should I put this?
I'm curious.
It's the best voice of Big that I've ever heard.
Well, yeah, but that's not saying much. Given
how much the fan base is infatuated with using him as him existing is the joke, beginning and punchline.
Yeah.
Having a character that seems that with a voice that I can kind of tolerate means something to me.
Like,
wait a minute.
What?
Hold on. Is that... It looks like a tiny big arms.
Yeah.
It looks like a tiny big arms.
I mean, like, I guess it would make sense that, like, Dr. Eggman would, like, give his best buddy his own little robot.
It's kind of tiny and cute. I like it.
I am curious who Brian Drummond will be voicing Sonic Prime. Not to be confused with Ryan Drummond. Brian Drummond voiced Knuckles in Sonic Underground. And he is in the cast list. I suspect it won't be Knuckles again.
It'll be old Knuckles. It'll be the equivalent of old Wolverine or something. So I'm being told you cannot hit him while he is red.
Ah, okay. I kind of figured, actually. That's why I haven't gone for him this go around. Although
you could climb some walls.
Oh yeah, of course. That's like Knuckles' whole thing. Oh. Okay. Let's see. So there we go. Okay.
Hey!
Uh-oh, I got stuck up top. Okay, I need to come back. Now they know what I'm doing, I need to come back at this with more rings. Well, at least rings.
So I think I've gone over this. I guess at this point I am making small talk just to small talk, but I think I have a vision in my head about what I want Big to be as a character that I think I've actually talked to you about before.
Yeah. Well, like I feel like he definitely could be more than just the guy who like has the big the deep stupid voice, which that's one reason why I do like his voice in Sonic Prime. Like already he it sounds like they're gonna be going for something a little more than that.
It's like The Simpsons, where it's The Simpsons where the studio producers are giving notes like, we're not looking for duh. My feelings have always kind of been like he with him being the biggest character and not the oldest, but like they kind of, I don't know what he's supposed to be, like older than most of the other characters.
He's like 18 or something. Just like a laid back adult.
I want him to be older. I want him to be like middle-aged, and I want him to be like a John Goodman style father figure.
Huh. Interesting.
For the rest of the group, where it's like he already went on his adventures back in the day, and he's basically just going around being like, oh, Sonic's the young adventurer.
I could see that working, and with like Phil and Nick, you don't really have in Sonic anymore. Like now that Archie's gone, everyone's like 8, ranging from like 6 to age 6 to like 22.
Well, it also, I mean, well, the other element of Archie no longer being there is like, with Archie, every character had, not every character, many characters had some form of parentage, whereas Sega's kind of very uninterested in that. And that's fine for me. I don't need
that's understandable.
I don't need to know who Sonic's parents are to have that make sense. But
like
I
in the context of Archie, Sonic, Uncle Chuck was more than enough.
Yeah, like even without a capital P parent, I think it makes sense for characters like these to have a parent figure. It was kind of the whole point of Sonic 2, the movie.
Yeah.
Is like Sonic kind of having this changing relationship. It was like going from being friends to being a parent figure. And in my mind, like, I have a lot of criticisms about Sonic 2, but that part of it really worked for me.
So, now I'm going to be doing just a quick thing as just Chaos. Let's go with Mushroom Hill. Just so that we can, like, get an idea of, so, like, each of what he does. So, like, each button has it that basically does switches your character. So, like, I guess did X to do Knuckles, A does Sonic, and B does Tails.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, there doesn't really seem to be a way of, like, just switching back to Chaos.
I mean, in my mind, this isn't so much a mod about being Chaos. It's more of a mod about basically being able to Sonic Heroes it up, or Sonic Mania plus it up, encore it.
Oh, wow. But that is true. Like, I get the Chaos is just like... Whoa, this is weird. I get the Chaos is just like...
Wait, hold on. Did you just go Super?
Yes.
And is the Super version just like a jet black version?
Yes. And, like, this... Like, I get that Chaos is basically just impetus for, like, you know, effortlessly switching between different characters. But
so
for me... Yeah?
So I don't have the music on.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the person to tell someone what to do.
Yeah.
With their own personal work. But I might be compelled, if I were to play this, to have a mod that replaces the supersonic music with Open Your Heart.
Yeah, at the moment it is just like the Sonic 3 and Knuckles invincibility music on a loop. But, yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, you're right, Hazel Spoon. It probably is one of them somewhere.
I feel like there must be, like, just a general audio mod, yeah. Like, I haven't looked for it, obviously, because I only just downloaded this game like a day ago, but...
Mm-hmm. I'm getting used to the... So, well, I'm trying to remember. Except for in Mania, where they decided to do weird things with the audio format for reasons. I am familiar with the broad OGG format that I know is used in Mania.
Oh my god! The Silver Sonic 8-bit is the Knuckles stand-in for Chaos. That's hilarious.
Jeez.
So I do have a question. Do you think that since Chaos is made out of water, he should just automatically put out the fire shield? GF?
Problem is, like, is Chaos, like, actually water? Because, like, he can exist in water without his body dispersing.
Yeah.
So is he like... Is he like water? Is he a force that holds water together? Obviously,
I just always assumed that he was just like magic water with a brain in it.
But like, you have to think for it to have a brain, it kind of has to have some sort of biological function. Like, you don't
That's where the magic comes in.
Magic comes in his brain. Is it like Frosty the Snowman, except instead of a snowman, they just shove a brain into this puddle of water, and then suddenly he becomes the preschool teacher for a bunch of tiny blue infants?
Yes.
Perfect. I have no notes. Absolute canon.
Man, so like, given the palette change for the super characters, like when you go Super Sonic, you're basically just like Dark Sonic right here. He looks like kind of evil. I like it.
He has he still has the green eyes.
But like, one reason why I would love to be able to change back into Chaos is I want to go see Chaos' super form, you know? I assume it gets to be like Jet Black Chaos, but I want to see that. Assuming he's even in the mod.
Jet Black Chaos is my DeviantArt account. I mean, it's not because you know whose DeviantArt account it probably is. Never mind. Yeah. I like this in concept. I haven't gotten to play it, but I like the idea of just being able to switch between the three characters. It's kind of like my idealized version of Sonic games was, it's not even Robotnik in this. It's just straight up Silver Metal Sonic or whatever.
And Knuckles has a new running animation. I had no idea. It's interesting.
I forgot my line of thought. Oh yeah, Sonic Mania Encore Edition is Encore mode is probably effectively my idealized way of playing a Sonic game, because I sincerely like just being able to jump between the characters like that throughout the game, and it kind of has a lot of that feeling to it.
Yeah, and it allows for some really interesting gameplay mechanics, because it's like Sonic Heroes except smooth and not forced. And I say that as someone who literally enjoys Sonic Heroes, but definitely like it realizes the concept in a more interesting way, I think. Okay, so I'm not sure what Sonic 3 redesigned is, but what I was going to do next was, let's see, Mighty and Ray and Sonic 3 DA Garden, which this is like DA Garden is apparently the name of like a Sonic 3 Genesis hack that I've never played.
Yeah, I haven't played it either, but I'm broadly familiar with it. It goes back a while. It goes back a fair while.
Okay, I need to pick a stage I haven't really touched yet, but still enjoy. How about... You know what? Sky Sanctuary, I'm curious. Ooh, interesting. Okay, well... I forget. I probably shouldn't have picked this one purely because I'll just be sitting here for like 10 seconds, but... Oh, wait a moment, it occurs to me. I'm not Mighty and Ray right now.
You absolutely are not.
I guess those mods aren't compatible.
Hazel Spooter says that they are separate characters.
Oh, okay.
On the character select screen.
Oh, okay. And since I don't have any save files for them, that'll mean that I'd have to like start from the beginning. Okay,
Let's just start from
good
the
to know.
beginning.
Well, at least I want to see some DA Garden at least.
I really enjoy that Mighty and Ray are back. Now, for me, a big part of it is Ray is probably the most fun Sonic character to play as for me ever.
Yeah, it's basically like the Super Mario World cape the character.
Exactly. But if you could bring back, backwards, I should say. Why do you keep avoiding the clouds?
I'm trying to hit the clouds, but
okay.
There we go. Okay.
Who would you like to have in some official capacity? Because as we know, the fan community is happy to bring everyone back.
Yeah.
Who do you want to bring from the future Sonic to the past Sonic?
Blaze.
Okay. So
also,
like, what do you see as Blaze as a character doing?
Honestly, just Sonic, except she has more aerial capabilities. How do I just make Tails go up?
Do you think like she has?
Oh, there we go.
I'm trying to think of the cool move that Sonic has. Do you think that she gets to have that like midair upwards leap?
Yeah.
That like Sonic has in that as one of his trick moves.
Yeah, like basically she just uses her fire and her rocket boost to like give her some extra momentum, distance, and speed. But like I don't know, maybe she's also just less controllable than Sonic would be.
I'm trying to think of like what other I famously is the wrong word. It is recorded on other sections of this website / community / Twitch channel. I am not a particularly big fan of Silver. I find standard game Silver to be kind of sort of a whiny nothing character.
Yeah.
And
like he didn't really come into his own in any way until Ian Flynn got to him.
Yeah.
But I imagine Silver could be an interesting gameplay character so long as he has some speed. Isn't like super slow like he is in Sonic 06.
In my mind, he probably would have a lower speed cap than Sonic, but he would be able to, much in the same way that the Klonoa mod in this in this year's, I think it's just the Expo.
Yeah, it's pretty early, so it's still just the Expo.
I imagine that Silver would work similarly to that he would be able to pick things up and use them as ammunition.
Ah, so like Super Mario Brothers 2.
Sure. Maybe not in the same way, like he would still have the limited... It would be closer to like the Klonoa character, where it'd be like, well, there's a certain range of grabbing that you can do with it, and then you have certain reactions or certain actions that you can take once you have.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to a different level and mod, I think.
I'm trying to think of like, who could you have that would just be vertically free moving that would make sense? Because the obvious answer is like, well, you just bring Charmy to other games.
Charmy's a pretty OP character in Knuckles Chaos because he can just like fly anywhere.
He is a bit. It's a little weird because you are still tethered to the other characters.
Yeah.
Oh, Grezdox. Oh, if you really want to tick me, if you really want to make me truly upset, it would be to bring Jet. Basically, to acknowledge Jet as a character in any context, first off, but then also put him in a classic game where I am forced to confront my feelings about Jet as a character.
What if he is a boss battle and you beat him up?
I mean, sure. If you're asking me, do I get like a bat wrapped in barbed wire? Is that like when you say beat him up?
Yeah, like he's a boss battle like Fang, because like the battle on rogues wouldn't work in classic Sonic because their only power is the fact that they ride airborgs.
We are getting some indication from Mia CDI Gaming that there might be conflicts between the DA Garden mod and the Mighty and Ray mod. That it might be impacting Mighty's moveset.
Oh, okay, so that's why it's just vanilla Sonic.
Yeah, generally speaking, it's kind of hard to stack mods like that. Like it, especially with when custom scripting is involved, you're really risking overwriting one scripting with another piece of scripting.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I gotta check out something. Ice Cap. Ooh. I'm liking the look of this level. Of course, I know one thing DA Garden does is it changes the time of day, like to like more like just present a passage of time throughout the game.
There's definitely a slightly different palette going on here.
I certainly have noticed some differences in the level design, but it isn't always apparent. Ah. Oh.
So I am going to slowly mosey my way out.
Okay.
And leave you with Nuckles87.
Ah.
Hey, be kind to him in the chat because you can bet I will not whenever I go catch up on the VOD. I think Tails killed you.
Yeah, Tails killed me. I'm
Tails
gonna move on
killed you
to different mods. Well, this is why I hate him, by the way.
Hey, that's not a normal thing to have happen. Most of the time, he's very useful in killing bosses. Like, getting the extra hit in.
Okay, so Mighty and Ray is by I.R. So yeah, of course it doesn't override any existing characters. All right.
I'm assuming that's Claudius, but I couldn't tell you myself. And yep, Hazel Spooter's bringing up. Yep, Mia's also associated with it. Generally speaking, we.
Oops.
I don't know. We have submitters. We can't whenever we have like, hey, we announce who's what. We don't always announce everyone, but we do, generally speaking, as a blanket, want to announce that, hey, the submitter is not always the person who did all the work on this, and you should head over to shc.zone to go look at the page of the mod and check out the full set of credits beyond the submitter themselves, because there are several people associated with most mods.
Ah, there we go. There's my mighty stomp.
Beyond that, since I am heading out and I am leaving you in the what I pray to God are the capable hands of Nuckles87, I will also.
My worst case is I probably won't be looking at the chat very often.
Yeah, I will leave you guys with my spiel, stream spiel. And that spiel is... Ooh. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot Mighty would have had sprites for something like that.
From Knuckles KX, I guess.
Well, no, also, but also from Sonic Mania. But
yeah, well, Sonic Mania would be in like Polygon.
No,
Polygon.
no. Sonic Mania had Blue Sphere. Remember?
Oh right, I forgot. Yeah.
I don't know. My memory's not good enough to remember if this is an original sprite or if it is from that.
I mean,
or
I
if
guess it's a very nice looking sprite.
It's a nice. I like how smooth he looks. It's funny how smooth Mighty looks compared to many other characters in a weird way. Because all the other characters are like, well, this character is furry, this character is spiky, this character has like big hair. It's like Mighty's just rounded. He's just rounded. It's like his head and body are a helmet.
He's a big round ball.
But yeah. Hey, we are Sonic Mania. We are one of the internet's oldest Sonic fan communities. Over 20 years old, to be exact. You can check out our content over at sonicstadium.org. You can check out, basically, many of our news updates, both at sonicstadium.org and also on Twitter and at sonicstadium. You can check out our YouTube channel, or YouTube/SonicStadium. You can check us out on Twitch at twitch.tv/SonicStadium. All those great locations and places. And of course, hey, if you head over to sonicstadium.org itself, you can join the message boards and or join the forums. If you like Sonic streams, we've got 2 Sonic streams basically every week that isn't a special event week. And our 2 major shows are Sega Sonic Radio, in which we play Sonic music of different themes, often requested by you, the viewers, every Friday on Sega Sonic Radio. Not this Friday, because we're really busy with Sonic Hacking Contest and other things. But hopefully we will return next weekend. And on Sundays, we have Almost Every Sonic, the series in which we attempt to play every Sonic game and ultimately fail. And when I say every Sonic, I love this! I love this animation! I love this everything about this animation is beautiful. This is the best animation.
Oh hey,
this is
Ray,
the best animation I've
by
seen.
Knuckles.
Yeah! That's great! That's beautiful, that's great, that's... Like, who would want to hurt Ray? And the answer is Metal Sonic, but like but then Metal Sonic got the crap beaten out of him. Knuckles avenged the pain that Ray was inflicted by the heartless and terrible Metal Sonic.
Hey, he's not heartless. He's just doing what his master commands him to do.
Hey, he's kind of heartless. He doesn't always do what his master commands him to do. There was that one game with the one that had the heroes. I think it was called The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down.
And the Metal Overlord.
Yeah, Metal Overlord for the 32X. Metal Overlord is my favorite sequel to Full Throttle. And with that terrible.
As I recall, you are doing your own stream finally on Saturday.
Yeah, I am doing another stream. It will probably have whatever nonsense is going over in Sonic Adventure DX. I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot of things that I haven't actually checked out yet. But you can catch me on Saturday over here on Twitch. And then after this week is over, then we will be back to our normal regular schedule. Hey, almost every Sonic. I attempt to play almost every Sonic game. I'm currently in the middle of a Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric playthrough.
Yeah, your first since the game was new, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, the plot of that show is that while I have played the vast majority of Sonic games, there's a lot of things that I haven't played in a very long time. Most of which I haven't played since, like, actual release. Stuff like Sonic Unleashed. Once I finished Sonic Unleashed, I never really went back to it. Sonic Lost World, and once I played Sonic Lost World, I barely went back to it. And then stuff I've never played, stuff like the 3DS version of Sonic Lost World, or the many, many Sonic Flash mobile games, or we actually did a session where we all got on Tabletop Simulator and played what's it called? Sonic the Hedgehog the card game, which was surprisingly fun. I was really worried about that game, but it was more fun than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I had some early technical issues with that game, but like eventually I managed to mostly figure it out. Still not my favorite thing to play on a PC though.
Now, well, it's not. No, live tabletop gaming is always preferable to distant tabletop gaming.
Yeah.
And if you want to check out our previous and specifically pre-show stuff, I played through the entirety of Sonic Sad Hill, which I have been informed is a bad game, and disagree with it wholeheartedly.
So now I'm bringing up Mario Sonic Hacking Contest by Dynamic Lemons and Catching. So this is a surprisingly complete mod. Like it even has like the Mario 64 triple jump.
He's been properly sonicified because he does not have irises. Iris? Is that the right word I'm thinking of?
Pupil, I think.
No, the color around his eyes.
Oh yeah, no, that's iris.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Cool. I know a word. I like the look of that. I like his run. Oh, he's a great run. Oh, he's a great run. I will also note that this is red overalls, blue suit Mario.
And I think that's like his old school look, right?
Yes. It depends. Like, I think Nintendo has sort of identified that as sort of his classic look in a way, because of how it was once used in, what's it called? The mobile Sonic, or mobile Mario Kart game. They kind of had a special thing. It's like classic Mario. His colors are reversed. And was a little bit toned down. But also, I more distinctly remember it from stuff like, it's the suit he has from, like, Super Mario Brothers Super Show, and weird, slightly off-kilter, versions of that. I'm trying to remember if, I think it is also, most significantly, the color scheme that Somari has.
Huh. Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Let me double check. It's very possible I could be wrong. In fact, I'm looking at it, and no, I am absolutely 100% wrong.
Okay.
Somari is actually the traditional red on blue.
Huh. So I think this is like, I don't know, his NES look or something.
No. Super Mario, even the early days, like, I'm gonna double check.
I'm trying to remember
Mario
where this came from. I think it was more like due to color limitations or something.
Art. Super Mario. No, no. Okay, no. I can answer my question. Super Mario's Famicom box art. For Mario 1, Mario 2, aka The Lost Levels, and Super Mario USA, aka American Super Mario 2, all do show Mario with red overalls on a blue shirt. So there is a level of canon to that style.
Okay.
Which, as it's reflected in... It's weird, because... The place where it gets weird, though, is... In the actual sprite for Mario 2 Mario, it's red on blue. So it's the more traditional Mario thing. But in original Mario, aka, like Mario 1 and Mario 2 Japan, Lost Levels, whatever, he had the two colors associated with it are the red overalls, but the brown shirt.
Right.
What I'm saying is the history of Mario is weird.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that he was brown, even though it's like, I've played that game a billion times.
I have to check the American box art for Mario 2. Okay, the American box art for Mario 2 is also blue shirt, red overalls. So there is a level of consistency there. Once you get to 3, though, that's whenever they actually figured out, okay, this is the color scheme. This is the color scheme that they're using here, with red shirt and blue overalls. So basically what I'm getting at here is, in the Mario canon, this game takes place sometime before the events of Mario 3.
So Mario's known tales for that long, huh?
Oh, they go way back. You kidding me? They go way back.
And Agent Stone, once I get to that.
Well, the problem is Mario just doesn't... He doesn't really remember the little people. It's like a big thing.
Aww.
Like, one of the problems with Mario is Mario's kind of elitist. Like, it's just what... If you learn that if you're dealing with Mario, you're dealing with the Mario, which off stage, like, he does insist you call him the Mario. And it's a big thing. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but, you know, he's the guy, and he knows he's the guy, and everyone... Wait a minute. Okay, hold on a sec. How do you actually have to fight this thing? Like, I'm kind of nervous watching this, because I need to... Oh, you would ride up and hit the top. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Mario doesn't have the spin jump.
No?
He has to actually land on top of something.
Oof. Okay, come on. Get over here. I don't want to go over there, because you're going to crush me. Of course, I don't have any rings. Dang it. Fine.
So with that, I actually am going to go. I have to go check on a 3D print, and go
Okay.
check on some laundry, and then pack for important things that I need to do as
All right,
big grown-up
have
adult
fun.
person.
Have fun at your business thing.
Peace all. Thanks everyone who tuned in. I am leaving you in the hands of Nuckles87. Knuckles, don't burn this Twitch channel down.
I'm gonna burn
please.
this place to the ground.
But what am I supposed to do on Saturday? How am I supposed to burn things to the ground?
Oh, I'm sure Twitch will be back by Saturday. It's not like I'm gonna like destroy the foundation.
Suddenly, all of Amazon Web Services just gone. Just
can't-
half the internet completely incapable of running.
Still can't believe I crashed Twitch just by trying to play the goddamn Triple Trouble 16-bit. That's just some bad luck.
Took it all down. Peace all.
Come on. Ah! I actually do need to move on to Sonic Mania soon, so... Ah! I might have to let Aging Stone win this one. Dang it. No! My ring! Come on, hit him, hit him, hit him! Yes! No! Oh, come on! Hit him! Please hit Aging Stone. Oh, great. I have just a giant pit in the middle now. That is a cute run. I really enjoy this sprite. I hope that some of these mods come to the Genesis version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, I know that they can't be stacked like they are here, so it's not like I'd be able to, like, play as, you know, Mario fighting Aging Stone in a, like, in a retro, in a mod on my Genesis, but, like, yeah, just being able to play as Mario or just face Aging Stone would still be pretty cool to do on my Genesis. Ah. Oof. Alright, I think I'm gonna give this one more try. And I really enjoy that Aging Stone sprite. Okay. This isn't going to count, because I lost my rings way too quickly. This is barely even going to be a fight. This is the last one. Oof. Okay. Man. I got a little lightheaded there. I like that Mario's Isle animation, too. Oh, okay. Interesting. I didn't notice he had a dive. Yeah, I usually look at the pages before on Sonic Hacking Contest before I play a mod, but for tonight, I just kind of, because of the nature of how these mods go in, I just haven't really been taking the time to really look at them. Ooh. Dang it. Okay, I want to try one more time. Now that I, like, have all the moves and everything. Oh, and he has a butt bounce. Interesting. I don't think that'll come in especially handy right now, but man, this is a really complete little mod here in terms of the moveset. Curses! Oh, it occurs to me, I have not had this on this entire time. Whoops. Okay, there we are. I mean, I guess it was in the Twitch title, so... You know, not too surprising. Okay, I was noticing some frame rate issues. Whoa! On what I'm looking at on my computer. Although... Oh, no, it looks fine on the actual stream. Okay. Interesting. Alright. One more time. I'm gonna focus this time. Oh, I forgot he could do that. Man, here I am playing this game like... playing this boss like Sonic. I need to be playing it like Mario. Dang it. Yes! Boom! Ha ha! Thank you, Tails. You saved my life. Yes! Haha! Okay. In this case, I really need to look at the Sonic Hacking Contest page, because I did not realize that his moveset was that in depth. Like, I knew about the triple jump, because I noticed that immediately, but I didn't think to, you know, try the other buttons. I'm not entirely sure how useful these moves will actually be throughout this game, but I mean, that's the fun about these mods, that, like, you can at least experiment. Ah! Oh, right! Yeah, of course Mario can swim. Alright, now someone needs to, like, get Mario into the special stages and, like, get a Super Mario. Like, actual Super Mario. Like, I don't know what that would look like. Like, I don't know, maybe just give Mario Super Saiyan hair or something. There we are. Now, you will probably quickly find as you're watching this stream that I am not nearly as good as banter. I'm not nearly as good at banter and talking as GX is. That's kind of one reason why I like to have him on. But, you know. I am capable of doing an okay job, I think. At least I hope. I don't know. Come on. I am glad I took the time to get this working today. Because my initial plan was to, like, just make the 2D PC mods my last priority, because, well, I tend to have bad luck with Sonic Mania mods. Like, I have had many instances of them just, like, not working for me. Okay, apparently I just did a whole big circuit there. Okay, yeah. Let's not fall back into the water again. I don't know how I got down there. Like, I'm now that I'm trying to, I don't know, take care of the stream somewhat, although the chat's pretty empty right now. Gonna be paying attention to the game a little less. Ah, yes, okay. Yes! Oh, you little bat. Man, this is a really good hack. Like, I am enjoying playing as Mario in this way more than I thought I would. Well, Tails killed the clam thing for me, but I wonder, like, I would assume that you can, like, kill enemies with the dive, right? Like, that would be my assumption. Oh no, it's Mario's arch nemesis, Knuckles. Mamma mia! Here we go again. Sorry. I'm a musical fan first, and a Mario fan second. Although, admittedly, Mamma Mia is, I don't know, it's fine. Like, the album music's good. I've never seen the actual show, just the movie, which I've heard isn't necessarily the best way to see that, experience that thing. But, I don't know. I'm more of a Wicked kind of person anyway. Now I need to suppress badly singing anything from that. Which is hard, because I'm alone right now, and so there's no one to stop me. Ah, yes, Mamma Mia, Mario's favorite musical, because he is Italian, and he says Mamma Mia a lot. At least I think he does? I don't know, like... Charles Martinet does just such a flawless Italian stereotype voice that there are just certain things that I guess associate with Mario that I'm not even sure if he ever actually says. He must have at least said Mamma Mia like during Mario 64 days, right? And of course, I know that during the Deke days, he'd like make all these pasta jokes, like parting the red sauce sea and saying pasta power and stuff. I did not like that show. I've never liked that show. It was just like it is just painful for me to sit through. Always has been. Of course, I was always kind of into the somewhat more, I don't know, Disney-fied, Disney afternoon stuff instead. Not like the only geek stuff I remember ever liking was Sonic, and primarily Sonic Sat AM because it's pretty solid action cartoon, and it was kind of surprisingly ahead of its time as far as Saturday morning fare goes from at the time. Like it came out like a year before Gargoyles, and while it wasn't nearly as good as Gargoyles, it still like it had some early attempts at serialization and stuff. And really good voice acting. Although Antoine could, of course, get annoying because he was just a French stereotype. And a bad French stereotype, too. Like, the French are not cowards. Like, the French won some. The French, like, they were, like, once a world power. Like, they only surrendered in World War II because, like, Germany just destroyed their military. Like, they basically had no other choice but to surrender. Like, if not, like, Paris was just gonna get demolished. And, okay, anyway, I went from Sonic Sat AM to World War II. I'm gonna veer away from that now. Usually I struggle to talk about anything on my streams, but I do tend to have fewer inhibitions this late at night. Like, during a test stream last weekend, I was just like talking about dinosaurs for like 40 minutes. And it was kind of on topic because the game I was playing was like testing was, this game called Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. And I guess like that's the perfect that's like the perfect excuse to start talking about dinosaurs because dinosaurs are cool. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to dinosaurs. Luigi says Mamma Mia quite a lot. Okay, cool. So, I guess he is always, yelling, my mother, huh? Because that is what Mamma Mia means. Like, it's not just a thing, I guess, a saying that Italians say. They are referring to their mothers. And, we've never seen Mario and Luigi's mothers, at least, not in the official game canon. Like, maybe they were in, like, some like, obscure Japanese comic or Nintendo Power comic or something, like, but Like, yeah, you know, like, oh, no, we did, like, I think see an outline of their parents in, like, Yoshi's Island, yeah? Or something. The Battle of the Mustachioed Guys. Come on. Let's see. I need to remember to use Mario's moveset here. Ah. Although I don't think you can do any wall jumping. Nope. No wall jumping. Ah. I could use the triple jump, I suppose. But I need some room for that. Oh, dang it, I just lost my last ring. Oh no, I'm almost out of time, too. That's not good. Oh boy, I am gonna die. I guess I don't think I can turn off the... Whoops! Oh no, Infinite Lives is on. I think Infinite Time was too. Oh, I wonder if the Mario mod just kind of breaks that. Oh wait, no, okay. I guess when I run out of time, the timer probably just freezes, doesn't it? Because I think the timer never actually went away. Yeah, okay. Brain fart. Ah, okay, we got to see their parents' legs. Alright, yeah, okay. I've never actually beaten Yoshi's Island, so like, the only thing I've seen from those games, or like the start of the game, and like, you know, anything that was in like a MacPat Game Theory video or something. Oh, dang it. Press the wrong button. Only one button actually jumps. That's how Mario has so many moves. Like, the B button, that's what does the dive. Oh, I didn't know I could hit him from the bottom during that part. Oh, no. There we go. Okay, finally did the triple jump in a useful fashion. Oh man, I jumped over him that time. All right, Yoshi's Island 2 established that we didn't that they were delivered to the wrong family at the end of the first game. All right. Mario number 1. Now, I'm curious how the transition plays out. Oh, wait a minute. He just jumps in a cannon from here. Okay. So, no chance at unique animation, I suppose. There we are. Ooh, sweet! Snowboarding Mario! Man. You're cool, old man. Look at you. Look at you. Going down the hill like a real cool snowboarder. Okay. Huh, no snow. Or Tails. Oh, hello Tails. Ah, cool. Okay. So Mario can ride with can fly with Tails. That's cool. I'm glad that they kept that move in there. It's weird controlling it in this versus Origins and Mania though. Like, you know, having to use whoa, stop it. Having to use a directional pad versus just like having to press a button constantly to keep them going. It's just weird. Anyway, I think I might be done. Let's see. There is Ultimate Mighty. Whoops. Which I assume is different from... Okay, this is also from Soda Nuck. Oh, and this one replaces Sonic Slot. Okay. I take it that's what differentiates him from the other one. From the other hack. Okay. Nah, I think if I'm going to do an Ultimate, I'm going to do Metal Sonic. Although, No, that's not going to work. I thought for a second there, what if I was, like, used another mod to get, like, Silver Sonic to replace Robotnik and could be battles of the metals, but no, that only works with Chaos's story, so... Okay, let's do a quick Metal Sonic. Although, let's see, okay, so I assume he replaces... Okay, so playable the CD moveset, and inspired from his appearance in Sonic 3D and 2D. Okay, I think this also replaces Sonic. I know I played this last night, and that is what he did. Okay, so okay, so Extra Life is Sonic's evil clone. So this doesn't just give me an extra life then. Sonic's evil clone Extra Life roams through Angel Island. Okay, I'm curious. Like, is this like a guy that attacks you? Okay, so Ultimate Mighty was used as the basis for the Extra Slot Mighty and Ray mod, actually. Okay, the main difference is just that Mighty and Ray are their own characters in this. Cool. Okay, Oh, okay. So Extra Life replaces Tails. So I guess we have like Sonic and Tails right now, huh? Metal Sonic and Evil Sonic. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. And then we'll do some Sky Sanctuary, I guess. Or Lava Reef. Let's see. Or Flying Battery. Let's do Lava Reef. We haven't seen Lava Reef yet. Oh, now we just got the Sonic doppelgangers teaming up. That's cool. Now, let's see. I know that he has that move. So, I'm just going to press all the buttons just to make sure I don't miss anything like I did with Mario. I guess I could probably just go to the Sonic Hacking Contest website already, but... I don't know. I'm focusing on enough screens as it is. Okay, so he's just got that. So it doesn't look like he's got anything else. Oh, cool. Oh wait, no. Okay, he has an electric shield. That's how he attracts those rings. And, and he has the cool something like the what's the word? The up jump button where like in Sonic CD the I forget what it's called, the triples, the figure eight. I forget what it's called. I'm tired. That move from Sonic CD. Oh no! Dr. Eggman, how could you betray your creation? That was horrible. Oh, you monster. It occurs to me I should be able to go super metal, huh? If I can get 50 rings here. Which, given that Dr. Eggman just, dang it, took all my rings, that's not happening. am curious what Extra Life's moveset is. I'm gonna have to give him a quick spin. Like, when I first saw the mod in the mod loader, I thought, oh, does this, like, just give you 4 lives or something? No, okay, just another character, huh? And, like, is that just this, oh my god, he's got, like, this scowl on his face. That's adorable. Grr, I'm evil Sonic. I wonder if anyone's made a Scourge mod for these games yet. Now that's an evil Sonic. Ah, sweet. Okay. Ah, cool. So he's like red. Oh, now he's got 100 rings. Now he's deadly. I don't think I turned off the Aging Stone mod, did I? Because it occurs to me, like, we can have him and Metal Sonic fight now. Oh wait, no, Aging Stone isn't in this half of the game. What? Yeah, no, he isn't. Okay. Oh well. So, doesn't matter whether or not I turned it off. I really do need to get myself a mod that changes the music for this. Because I admit I am not I'm one of those people who's just not a fan of this constant invincibility music. Like, basically, once you have this ability and you start using it, you just never hear the game's regular soundtrack anymore. Alright, come on. Ah! Come on, you big giant hand. I'm gonna kill you. Oh wow, 12:03. Okay, well, I think it is about time I wrapped up this part of the night. I want to at least do a little bit of Sonic Mania. Come on. Yes! You're dead. Because you touched me. You never touched someone with a super form. Silly robot. Oh my god, so that is Extra Life's victory animation, huh? Okay. Alright. Let's, so we're gonna do one more thing. And that is, okay. Alright, it occurs to me I don't actually need to change Extra Life's, the mod for that. Okay, so, oh, well, let's go ahead and You know, I wanted to see him fight Ancient Stone, but I kind of want to do Flying Battery, so... Okay. Oh, interesting. So he's got like a mid-air jump. Okay. Alright. Kind of like that one Sonic fan game that's trying to do the animations and like do like a mid-air jump. Oh, I guess you can't go in every direction. Oh, you can go in every direction. Okay. That's cool. That's very cool. Evil Sonic. He does everything Sonic does, but evilly. Yes. Dang it. I realized I was doomed. Hoping I could use that move to save myself, but nope, I did not have those skills. Oh, I can change super theme and options. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Oh, okay. Next go with normal level music. Okay. Thank you, DJ Kissikill. Oh, dang it. Oh, okay. So won't change it. Okay. You know, I'm going to. So I wouldn't have changed the music until after I left. I'm just gonna do Angel Island again. Okay, I can't break that with that. Ah, okay. So this guy, so like, cause he's evil, he's got like a dark color scheme for like a black color scheme for dark blue color scheme, like dark Sonic color scheme for Super Sonic. That's cool. Oh, okay. So apparently I didn't actually need to leave the level, huh? Oh well. I unfortunately, because of unfortunately I can only read so much of the chat during stuff like this. I kind of skim. Yes, Ancient Stone, I'm going to destroy you because I'm Extra Life, the evil Sonic. Okay, I just missed you. Ooh, yeah, headshot. Die. Now I'm going to destroy you. Oh, got away. He is so evil. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for Sonic 3 Air tonight. I managed to get to most of the mods. Let's see. I have not touched Sonic 3 with Buckles. Oh, Buckles. Okay, Sonic with Bluckles. Bluckles, Ashura, and Weknia, which are those Sonic recolor things, from Sonic 3D and 2D have been modded into Sonic 3 Air with their own movesets and some unique glitchy story. Huh. Okay. Okay, another one by Soda. Unfortunately, I guess do not have time for this tonight. I really want to move on to some other things. So, let's see. And... Sonic 3 arrival... let's see. Acquainted with Knuckles, and after explaining what is happening, they decided to defeat Dr. Eggman once and for all. Okay, so this is just like a reverse of the Sonic 3 and Knuckles story. Okay, I admit I'm curious. I'm not sure if this mod selection is going to be compatible, but I want to try. Oh! It sounds like something may have just crashed. Let's see. Yeah! Okay. So... looks like that does not work. Why is the game showing Mario, the Mario game right now? Okay, come on, mouse, get over there. Huh. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to restart this real quick. Close all windows. Alright, so clearly, okay. Unknown function, achievement manager. Dang, I guess I broke something. Oh, okay, there it goes. Oh, okay. So I need to also have achievement plus in there. Okay. Okay, that should do it. Excellent. Okay. Oh, interesting. So this is like literally just its own game. Oh, there's Eggman off to conquer the world. Oh no! That fiendish Knuckles has come to stop him. Oh boy, this is huh. Man, he is slow. Man, if I was not super embarrassed, I would just be like I would probably be just, I don't know, having Eggman enact the story right now and yelling at the badniks. But I'm in front of people in public, so I'm not going to humiliate myself. For me, classic Eggman, he sounds like that's cool. That's clever. Classic Eggman sounds like just Eggman from the Sonic OVA. Like, to me, that's just the perfect classic Robotnik voice. Good to know that Robotnik can use the power rings. Okay, come on. I appreciate the changes made to the level to allow his flabby body to get around. Dang it. Okay. Okay, so I do that. Come on, this is very simple platforming. Ah. Okay, so no boss fight. Interesting. Alright, I think that'll do it for this mod, and for Sonic 3 A.I.R as a whole. This is cool. This is a very cool mod. Okay, so I need to at least very briefly play some Sonic Mania, because I got it set up and everything. I guess I'm gonna try some Vintage 2022 by Zachman Awesome. Awesomeness. Alright. And since I'm out of Sonic 3 A.I.R and back to regular mod loaders, I am going to load up the Sonic Hacking Contest website to just look up what exactly is involved with this mod. Preferably while it loads up. Let's see. Come on, come on. There you are. Okay. So it looks like this downgrades levels to a more primitive form. So it looks like it, at least in part, just kind of brings old level stages back into Sonic Mania. Okay, it looks like they changed some colors. You know what? For future reference modders, it's helpful for media for you to just like. I mean, I appreciate you're writing these larger. What's the word? These larger. Sorry. Okay, come on, brain. Yep. Just get back into high gear. These longer explanations for your mod, but it would be helpful if you could also just like include a Cliff's Notes version at the start, so that I can like quickly deliver what the mod is on stream without like having to read through this stuff beforehand, because I just don't have the time for that, to read through everyone's entries and then remember what they all do. But in any case, okay. So Sonic the Hedgehog Vintage makes a technical comeback. Okay, so Sonic has been downgraded to his Genesis Mega Drive look, and he still has the same moveset. Okay. So I assume by primitive forms he means the old versions, but with like new color palettes or something. Let's see. What am I in the mood for? I guess Hidden Palace. Like, for the record, this is far from the only mod that had this kind of longer explanation. I'm gonna reduce my desktop audio because this sounds a bit loud. There we go. Okay. Whoops. Did not mean to. Okay. Like, a lot of mods have done that, and a lot of mod pages do that, and it's just, I don't know, it just makes explaining what they are on air more difficult, at least for me personally. Like, I don't know if other media people don't have that issue, but at least the issue I personally have. And oh cripes, when I have GX on with me, like, that's mitigated because he for one, I think he's just a faster reader than I am. But in addition to that, like, he can read it while I'm setting things up and trying to play and stuff. And that occurs to me. I actually need to... This is no longer Sonic 3 Air, so I need to change what this says. Come on. Come on, keyboard. Now's not the time to give me trouble. Great. My keyboard's being weird. Okay, I might just take away the... Oh, okay, okay, it's back. I might just take away that graphic so people don't get confused. Let's see. Come on. Ah, man. My keyboard's just being glitchy tonight. There we go. That's better. You know, the Sonic sprite definitely looks different, but he doesn't really look like the Sonic 1 sprite to me. Like, kind of looks like a much more colorful version of the Sonic 1 sprite, like with that kind of like Sonic 2 sheen, but with a much darker shade of blue, I think. All right. Okay, I don't feel like doing this right now, so... One of the bad things about having the late night stream is that, woof, I am really feeling drowsy right now. I'm feeling kind of way more tired than I did on my last stream a couple days ago. Man, I used to be able to stay up to 12:30 no problem, but lately I don't know, maybe I'm getting old. Huh, that's weird. Uh-oh. Alright, I think I'm gonna move over to Green Hill. Because I think my brain needs simpler gameplay tonight. At this point in the night. Oh, wow, okay. I definitely should have started with this one. So this is like, this has got like Sonic 1 prototype elements, huh? That's cool. So I'm guessing when they say vintage, they don't like when they say primitive, they don't necessarily just mean like, oh, this is just the Sonic 1 layout or whatever. You know, I guess y'all can also just mean like, oh yeah, this is from before the game came out. Ah. Well, at least going back in time didn't bring back the spike glitch. The spike glitch. Yeesh. This definitely seems to have lots of original level elements, too. Ah, but we do seem to have some Game Gear music. Ah. That's cool. Alright, I think that'll do it for this mod tonight. And sorry, chat, I did have to pick you away for a minute. Okay, so Sonic seems to be using Mania Flute versions of Sonic 2's sprite, but still using Mania's color palette. Huh. Yeah, it's strange, but I do like the look. This is certainly a shade of blue that I really like on Sonic. Okay, and this seems to just, be like a version of Green Hill Act 2, I think, or is it 3? No, it's 3. Anyway. That's going to do it for tonight. On this version of Sonic Mania, anyway. So, let's see. Let's give a quick look at Edge of Tomorrow by Dreamcast Team. Okay, a couple different people who aren't coming up in the Code Name Gamma. Oh, Motor Roach. That's a name I'm familiar with. And Hortonus. All right. Save and play. Now this is an Expo entry, so we can expect it to be rougher. Although I find that's not always the case. I think one of my favorite retro entries was a Expo. Ooh, I always enjoy when they mess with the sprites like this. This looks nice. Yes. Okay, so let's see. So it looks like it adds Adventure 2, Sonic, and Shadow. Man, I'm really liking seeing modern Sonic looking like this. Although I guess this is mostly just a sprite hack. I'm gonna look at the expo for this real quick. Page for this real quick. Yeah, I'm in expo. Sonic Remix: The Edge of Tomorrow. So, okay, it's a work in progress, extensive modification of... Oh, it just crashed on me. Okay. I probably did something wrong. So let's take a look at this. So, so the content for this is it gives us remixed Sonic with a custom moveset. Shadow the Hedgehog replaces Ray, and Emerald Coast Acts 1 and 2, which go over Green Hill Zone. Let's see. Okay, I'm not seeing anything that says that this should glitch if I don't have a complete save file. which I don't on this computer at the moment. So, oh, there's no plans to continue working on Remix? That's unfortunate. Okay, well, I'm going to give this one more shot. Because I want to see Emerald Coast. Oh, whoops. Not Sonic 3 Air. And I suppose I should also go ahead and replace this. Let's see. Come on. Are you seriously going to do this? Ah, okay. My wireless keyboard seems to be having some difficulties with the range I'm using it at right now. Even though it wasn't having this issue before. Edge of Tomorrow. Okay. Okay, let's try this one more time. I imagine because it's an Expo entry, maybe it's just not as stable. There we go. Okay, I guess it just crashed at the cutscene. Okay, we've got a homing attack. Man, I'm really... I always enjoy... I always love it when we get modern Sonic with some classic Sonic aesthetic. It is awesome seeing Emerald Coast looking like this. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick look at the moveset here. Let's see. Okay, so we got Air Dash and Homing Attack, Slide, and then Insta Speed Dash, Stomp, and Light Dash. Now it gives me keyboard keys here, so I guess we'll see if, oof. Let's see. Come on, how do I stomp? There we are. Okay. Ah, you little, ah. Now, this will crash at the end, and that's when I'm going to take my cue to move on to the at the end of the level. So that's when I'm going to move on to something else, I suppose. Oh, okay. So it looks like I got to take the upper path here. Huh. So I guess the lower path just goes to nothing at the moment. Oh, dang it. Well, okay, thankfully it didn't keep me from making the jump. Yeah, now, for the record, I do have VSync off. Because for whatever reason, VSync... Sonic Mania on this super powerful computer that can emulate an Xbox 360. Sonic Mania does not like VSync for some reason. And I don't know why, but it just runs super badly. That's where you're going to see some screen tearing. Although, And for the record, that's also you're also going to be seeing something like that if I get to Sonic 06 tonight, which I don't. I think I'm the last person streaming, so I might just go a little long to do a bit of that. I'm gonna check. I'll check before I actually like commit to that. Like, I think technically, like, you know, just because you don't want to be streaming when someone else is streaming, because, you know, that's bad. You don't do that. That's one reason why I kind of hesitated to go long on my last stream, even though I kind of had a little more wouldn't have minded doing, but eh. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna check out stream schedule. There we are. Whoa! Oh boy. Okay, there I am. I was off screen for a minute there. Ooh, I wonder if he does have his own model. That's cool. Awesome. Okay, I'm about to run out of rings though. There we go. Okay. I'm coming for you, you UFO. What the? I passed it? I thought that once you got past it, you just automatically caught it. What the heck? So did they just like turn around or something? Well, dang, now I've lost it. Huh. Weird. I thought that, like, I remember you not being able to pass the UFOs in Sonic Mania. It's been a while since I've played this. Oh, cool. He has his Sonic Adventure jump sound. I appreciate that. Huh. Oh, okay, there it is up ahead. Okay, at least it didn't, like, completely drop out of the map. I was getting a little afraid there that, like, I glitched it. Whoops. Alright, I'm catching up to you again. This time I'm just gonna come at you from behind. There we go. Ha ha ha. Okay, so I am the last stream tonight. So, I may go a little long. Especially since GX isn't around anymore. Whoops. So I don't have to worry about keeping him up. Alright, I hope I'm not stuck down here. Ah, okay, spring. Oh, you know, I bet that other that thing, that underwater bit that I encountered in the last level that didn't seem to go anywhere. But I bet that there was bet there was like a ring down there I could have gone into. Man, look at you, modern Sonic, using physics like a classic character. I know I'm being mean here because like Sonic Advance had physics. I mean, technically all the games have physics, but like not like they weren't intrinsic to the level design like they are here. No boost or instant spin dash or something. Ooh. Huh. Okay. Well, it's the Green Hill Act 2 boss, but they redesigned it. That's cool. It's funny, like, back in the day, everyone was, like, ragging on Sonic 4 Episode 1 for having the homing attack, and now, like, so many mods for two classic Sonic games just give you the homing attack. Not that I'm complaining, because, like, implemented correctly, the homing attack can be quite fun in 2D, I think. Ultimately, like, for me, the issue with Sonic 4 Episode 1 was more the level design than anything else. Yay! Okay, he fell into the water. Oh, do not drown, Sonic. All right, and now it's supposed to crash. Oh, okay. I guess that's. It didn't crash. It instead it's just super glitchy. I do hope they come back to this someday and just like fill this with Sonic Adventure references. Wow, it made it all the way to Chemical Plant. Interesting. Huh. Well, that's not what the page said. Maybe I misread because I was skimming it. Because I didn't have. Because, like I said, I can't read these things for too long. But maybe it doesn't always crash. Anyway, I'm still gonna stop it here. But let's enjoy a little bit of Chemical Plant. Modern Sonic must feel right at home with all these with those speed boosts and stuff in here. That's another thing. Like people are acting like Sonic 4 Episode 1 was like the first 2D Sonic game to ever have speed boosts. When like those things have been these games since like Sonic 2 at least. Pretty sure Sonic 1 didn't have anything like that. Oh man, I prefer this boss so much more than anything that's in the actual the boss that's in the actual Sonic 2 Chemical Plant. Sonic Mania really is just like the best of classic Sonic. I guess I know I mentioned Sonic Adventure 2's Sonic Adventure 1's jumping sounds earlier, but yeah, I'm just not realizing that's just how he sounds throughout the whole game. I do appreciate that. Alright, and I think that'll do it. So, huh. Sweet, time attack. Okay. Okay. So, there's one more Sonic Mania mod I have to check out. And that's Sonic Mania VR, which, fun fact, I almost didn't install this because I thought this was an actual VR mod for VR headsets, because, you know, I didn't... Oh, huh. Okay. I must have forgotten to download something that the mod requires. Oh, and there it goes. I'm not sure what's going on now. Well, if the mod glitches out, it's probably because I messed something up. But let's see how far I can take this. Okay, so based off Sonic VR by Colonic 10. Obviously, created by Jibalub. Obviously, the credits are right there, but I'm going to go ahead and just take a quick look at this on the SHC page. I did briefly look at it yesterday, but I don't think I read too much. Let's see. There you are. So, okay. This doesn't mention that I have to download anything else, at least not from a glance. Okay, okay, so this is a, as it said, it's inspired by Sonic VR, that adds 40 missions. It's a mod for Sonic Mania, inspired by Sonic VR. They are bite-sized challenges with simple objectives. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and just dive into one. I don't know why it just told me that. Interesting. A hold right to win. Ha ha ha. Ooh, I like the music. This is very nice music. Good job, Anamanaguchi. I'm digging this. Platforming for dummies. Okay, this is like all very basic stuff. Ah! That you can still die in. Let's see. Jump, man. All right. So it seems I'm guessing that there's so the page mentions that there are 40 of these, all very basic challenges. I'm not gonna play all of these. I think, so long as I don't get stuck in anything, I'm just going to go ahead and just do the first 10. Ah, dang it. Oh, sweet. And here I thought the game was about to kill me. So, if I get far enough on that wall, I could just jump on it, but I don't know if I have the skill to keep that momentum going. There we are. Okay, smarter dummies. Ha! This game has a nice sense of humor, I appreciate that. Ah, yes, okay. Requires a little more skill. Ah, dang it. Oh, okay. Game over, huh? Oh, I see. Okay. So I'm guessing each of these has like 10 levels. And no rings. So I'm guessing this is like a challenge mode type deal. Okay. Man, I'm really digging this soundtrack, y'all. Okay, so I've gone from... So this is high IQ platforming. Oh. Okay. I guess you can jump through those, Damn it, I'm having a lot of fun here. Okay. I just want to get through this high IQ platforming thing, then I'm going to move on to Sonic 06. Aw, man. Didn't use the momentum properly there. Oh, I jumped too soon. Ah. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time. Oh, man, I jumped too high there. Okay, I know I can do this. I know I have the skills for it. It's not that hard. Really, you just have to pay attention to the movement of the platforms. And not jump too high there. I need to jump at the edge of that platform before it falls apart. I admit, though, this gameplay is a little antithetical to typical Sonic level design. I think that's why I'm into it right now. Nah. One more time. Hit me again. Damn it! This is scratching that retro game itch. Or I guess love repeating things until I master it. Ah. This is addicting. Curses. Yes! 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 Okay, I made it. All right. When next game over, I'm good. Man, I hope I don't become like get really close to beating this and I die and I never get close again. I hate when that happens, and it happens to me so often. Oh, dang it. Huh. Okay. I'm not sure I'm supposed to progress without that fire shield. Okay. Perfect. That's one way to make sure to help you change out your shield. Okay. I guess there's nothing up there. Whoops. Okay, so I assume I need to use this to get up there. Alright, so I'm using this to platform on spikes. Awesome. Aw, dang it. Huh. Let's see, I guess all I can do there is restart. I'm glad they didn't take me back to the previous level. I was afraid I might do that because I don't know of how checkpoints work or something I wouldn't understand. Oh, dang it. Okay, well, that's it. Alright, I think this was going to be my last life. Ah, dang it. Alright. I think that'll do it. Okay, I recommend this. This is fun. Alright. And I think that'll do it for my classic for my classic stuff tonight. Now then, we're gonna go into what I'm just gonna go ahead and call bonus time. And oh, I never did change it. Let's see. Well, might as well. Real quick, let's see. VR. Sorry. Anyway, might as well get into bonus time, and that's going to just involve me playing some Sonic 06. Since this will be my last stream, since this is my last Sonic Hacking Contest stream, and I couldn't get it working on the night when I wanted to use it, at least not well. Sonic 06 Project Solaris. So, I'm going to do a bit of this, and then we are done for tonight. Okay, looks like the mod isn't installed. I guess I have to reinstall the mod every time I want to boot it up. I was kind of hoping that wouldn't be the case because that takes a minute. But man, this year's Sonic Hacking Contest has been fun. Unfortunately, I've been pretty busy with real life stuff between these streams, and so I haven't had a whole lot of time for writing yet. I'm hoping that's going to change tomorrow. If not, you can expect some Sonic Hacking Contest write-ups from Sonic Stadium next week. This is something I plan to write about. And there we go. Oh, Legacy of Solaris. Let me change that real quick. So, just a quick overview. So this is basically a mod of course, Sonic 2006 for the for like emulators. I think it also does technically work on an actual Xbox 360 hardware if you have it modded. Oh, it's running slow still. Okay, I think I might have to redo the graphics changes again. I had to like turn off all the fancy stuff.
I need to gather some information.
Okay, let me check. Of course, it's also possible that this doesn't run as well when a stream is going. Okay, I'm gonna close this for a minute. Oh yeah, okay. So let's see. Okay, I have it set for optimized. Okay, no, it looks like all this stuff is still all the changes I made to get it working properly is still there. So I don't know why it's running worse than before. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna give this one more shot. Worst case scenario, I guess can't stream this. It is pretty late. It's 1:03 now, my Eastern my time. I'm a little surprised. Eight of you guys are still watching me. Okay, if only because it's so late. Thankfully, at least on OBS's end, everything's still running well. But yeah, it's giving me frame rate issues again. I know that OBS does use. Maybe what I need to do is decrease my quality. I don't know if I can do that while my stream is running. Oh, I have it set for quality. Okay, I'm gonna set it for performance. Okay, let's see if that improves anything. Yeah, sorry, Meg. I don't care what that Sonic's saving. Oh, wow, man. Oh, now it's running even worse than before. Jeez. Okay. I guess I'm only going to be able to get running well when I'm not streaming, because maybe OBS just uses too many resources. Okay, well, I am feeling pretty tired, so I think it might be time to call it. I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to decrease my video bitrate. Alright, and I'm going to try launching this one more time. But unfortunately, yeah, this is probably the best I can do tonight. It was worth a shot. If you've got a decently modern computer, you should be able to run this. Honestly, I'm wondering if maybe I should record some sort of tutorial of how I set this up at least, because it is a little complex for, at least it was for me. It took me some troubleshooting in order to get it done. Okay, it is feeling much faster now. So that's a good sign. Alright, I think it's going to work this time. And thankfully, the stream quality hasn't taken too big of a hit. Because he's Sonic the Hedgehog, and that's what he does.
What's Eggman up to? I need to gather some information.
That's still running kind of weird. Better, but weird. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna at least give. I'm gonna give it a bit.
Tails, long time no see.
I'm glad you're here. I heard that you tried to save their princess.
Oof. Yeah. Usually when the menus are running fast, that means the game's gonna run fast. I don't know. Yeah. It's definitely weird, though. Oh well. I guess I need a higher-end computer to stream this. At least I can play it offline, I suppose. I have to wonder if my Steam Deck might be able to stream this. Only because, I don't know. I think this might be. I think this might be trying to run the game at like 4K or something. I don't know. I went into Xenia settings. I didn't really know how to mess with anything. I guess I could at least hope that maybe it runs better on an actual level. So anyway, I was about to explain what Project Solaris was before I realized, oh no, it's running terribly. So, this is by Jotaro powered. Oh wait, sorry, Jotaro powered. JoJo reference. So this is I guess something that seeks to make many improvements to Sonic 06. Of course, like otherwise, what would be the point? I suppose. Now he lists a lot of small changes, like a lot of extra levels have been changed and updated and stuff. But unfortunately, it doesn't go through what's been changed from the core game, which, given that this is my first time playing it, like that's sort of information I need to really tell, like, okay, I guess this has been worked on or whatever. Oh, wait a moment. What am I doing? I need to buy the like ship. Hello, good sir. Yes, I would like this like ship. Ah, man. I need a boost. This game needs boost. And also, like, you know, better level design and stuff. And robots without life bars. Needs a lot. This is, like, for me, like, at the very low end of playable right now. I'm fairly certain, like, this frame rate's, like, maybe 20? I don't know, like, the frame rate's definitely low, but it doesn't feel as slow as before? Let's see. Uh-oh, my headphones just died. Okay, excuse the awkward audio for a second there. Yeah, my headphones unfortunately only have a lifespan of about 3 hours. And we are now past that. This has happened every single night of my stream, like right at the end. Uh-oh, they're dying like the last 10 minutes or something. Although in this case, I'm like I'm at 3 hours and 13 minutes. Ah.
The Vulcan cannon shots don't hurt individually, but they cut down my rings bit by bit.
Oh, you know what? There's another thing I might be able to do to improve my performance. I can turn off my preview. Let's see. Okay, there we are. Preview disabled. Let's see if that improves anything. No, nothing yet. Of course, I don't know if that will only happen, like, after, I restart the demo or something, and I'm not doing that again. I have replayed the start of this game a whole bunch of times. In part because, like, I keep dying in the final section of Wave Ocean because it's like stupid auto-run nonsense. Man, Sonic Spin Dash is so anemic in this game. Like, my god, in Sonic Adventure, his Spin Dash can, like, get you massive shortcuts and stuff. And here it's like, Yeah, like, I guess it gives you, like, a boost for a second or something. Even though it feels very stiff. Like, Sonic's overall control is just, like, it's stiff, it's slow. Not this slow, obviously. But, you know, it's just... This is probably the slowest Sonic has ever been in 3D outside of, like, Sonic Boom, which was a beat-em-up anyway. Now here's like the first super apparent change, and that's Tails.
Okay, Sonic, I'll be right back.
You see, instead of a ring box, he can swoosh his tails. Now, unfortunately, this does not feel nearly as good as it does in Sonic Adventure, but it's still far better than his ring box stuff, which I hate. Come on, get there. Yay. I miss being able to play as Tails. It kinda sucks that, like, in terms of controlling Tails exclusively, this was his first appearance since Sonic Adventure, you know? As, like, a standalone playable character, not in, like, a mech or something. And they somehow managed to make something that was worse than a game that came out, like, what, 8 years earlier. Like, how do you do that? Well, Sonic Team found a way, apparently, of making Tails worse. I don't know why you would do that. Like, I get making his flight more limited, but why the ring boxes? Why not just let Tails do this? Now, actually, when I first played, the last time I played this game, I don't like earlier today. I don't remember the Tails attack even being this good. Like, I didn't realize that you could like spam it, but apparently you can. So that does make it way more useful. Okay, how do I get up there? Oh, hello, dolphin. Come on, come on, come on. There we are.
Thank you, Tails. You saved me.
Like, conceptually, you know, like, having Tails do stuff like this, that's cool, that's working. That's a nice way of incorporating Tails into this game without, like, having to give him his own levels and gameplay mechanics and stuff. Like, Sonic 06 could have good ideas, but it was just such a badly designed game in terms of its, like, mechanics and levels. Oh, this is actually running pretty decently. Okay, I'm gonna need that one up, because I'm going to die. So much here. One thing I do appreciate about this level is that it does kind of feel like a Sega arcade game, from like the look of the leveled area to the music, you know, to the fact that it's like kind of gets this super simple mini game, arcade game type thing. That, you know, it tries to be cinematic, but not too cinematic. It's got that Sega arcade feel that they still had in 2006. Unfortunately, it does seem like Vax left them. At least I haven't played anything like this, or like the, you know, any like mid 2000s like Sega arcade experiences recently. So. Okay, well, I've actually... Surprised I haven't died yet. I know it's happening. It's gonna happen any minute now. I do think that that Project Solaris' version of this might be more forgiving, though. Like, I remember the Sonic 06 version of this just being hard. Uh-oh. Okay, good. For a second there, I thought Sonic was like gonna glitch off or something. Okay, I might actually make it. Wow, on the first try. I've been trying to get past this level for like multiple. This is like I think my 4th attempt overall this week. I actually did it. Nice. Okay. Well, that's good. That's nice. I'm glad I was able to do it first time on stream. Hey, no, according to my iPad, which just connected to my headphones, I still got like 25% on this thing. So why did it lose connection with my TV? All right. It's moving super slow right now. Oh, sweet. I got a gold medal. Yes, save, please. I don't want to do that ever again. Let me move on to the rest of the game, please. Collect information about Dr. Eggman. I don't want to do that. I want to play another level. Okay, it's still being pretty laggy. So, I'm gonna restart this one more time, and if it and if it's still running badly, I'm just gonna be done. You know, Wave Ocean was decently playable. I'm glad I got to do something. Glad I got to show off the game in some capacity. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to try Destructive Vulcan in the renderer. I don't know if that looked like increased performance or decreased performance, but I'm just going to try it on stream. We'll see what happens. Okay, now if it makes things worse, it should be pretty apparent because the menu will be laggy. Okay. Ooh, nope. Still slow. Oh, well, this is okay. All right, it seems better. Albeit, I think the frame rate's even worse than before. Okay, well, I think I'm going. I don't really consider this to be all that playable though. So, at least it's smoother, but now it looks really rough now. So, I'm going to take one more stab at this. Oh. And if things aren't any better, then we're done. And I'll let you all go to bed. And I'll go to bed. We'll all go to bed. Unless you're a night owl, or you're working, you work late at night or something. Man, I usually stream like once a month at most. But this is just, but like, you know, whenever Sonic Hacking Contest comes around, it's just, I just get busy. This is like the most streaming I tend to do in a single week all year. And that is in part because, you know, Spanner talks to us. You know, he values us. He likes our coverage. Ooh, now it's running really good in the menu. Okay, I think this is it. I think I finally got the right settings. It's running very fast now. Yeah, okay, we got it. We got it. Now, you're still going to notice some, like, weird screen tearing.
Looks like the princess was moved to another location.
But yeah, we got it.
Let's head back to the city.
Oh. Oh no. Except this isn't working now. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Alright, I was not expecting this to happen. We just opened to a black void. Oh my god. The whole thing's broken. Okay, well, I'm not entirely sure what happened. Like, was it running well because none of the characters loaded? Is that what just happened? Okay, well, we are trying this one more time since it seemed promising until nothing loaded. I don't know if that was just a one-time glitch or what. Yeah. Unfortunately, these mods do take a minute to install every single time. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know what's going on here. Like, the characters just aren't loading. Huh. I'm not sure what I did wrong. Okay, Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in my graphics tweaks that would cause something like this to happen. This is just weird. Okay. Well, I'm giving this one more shot, and if it's still broken, then we're done for the night. I certainly do not have the mental bandwidth this late at night to figure out why the characters aren't loading. I assume either I broke something or maybe the mod broke something. I don't know. Okay. Huh. Yeah, alright. I guess, I guess all we got now are, like, cutscenes and...
I sense Sonic's presence here. My girlish intuition.
Yes, your girlish intuition. My God.
Doing.
So apparently Amy has a Sonic sense.
As soon as I find Sonic, I'll help you find who you're looking for, Silver.
See, I recently had a bit of an argument about Amy's characterization on Twitter, how she's like obsessed with Sonic, and like
Desert?
I don't know. Well,
It's so great here, isn't it?
I'm saying this out of context, so hopefully she actually has a good reason. But I think it's just I think it's just like an immature
I'll help you find
crush.
who you're looking for.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay.
Sonic was here.
Black screen again, like I figured. Sorry, Amy. Your Sonic sense is not going to help you navigate a black void. Okay, well, I don't know why this broke, but I think that's going to do it for tonight. Like I said. So thank you for joining me. For anyone who came in late or whatever, or missed the first few hours of the stream, this stream, as well as my previous 2 streams before this, are all getting uploaded to YouTube tomorrow. Our YouTube on sonicstadium.org. Hopefully, over the weekend, we're finally going to start getting our Sonic hacking contest write-ups done. You can go ahead and you'll be able to find GX. And Sonic Stadium is returning one more time to Sonic Hacking Contest streaming schedule. This time as with GX hosting, so he should have fewer technical difficulties than I do. Although honestly, like in terms of technical difficulties, this is actually one of the best streams I've ever had. Like just having Sonic 06 break for no reason, that's and that being it, like that's pretty good for me. Anyway, he's going to be streaming from they're using military time. I think 7 o'clock, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7 through 10 on Saturday. Let me double check that on Sonic Hacking Contest Twitter. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be around there. Sonic Hacking Contest will post the schedule. So until then, we are up, over, and gone. Peace out.